Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to CCBC Essex, the Coliseum. And we are ready here for volleyball action. The Knights will be going up against the Cougars. Knights looking to get the taste of last week's defeat out of their mouth. Cougars in the green jersey and the Knights in the blue. Serving here for the Cougars, Jacqueline Ryan. Soft touch at the net. Good play there, but Bundy isn't able to rally for the Knights, and the Cougars will take the first lead of the game. Cougars come into today's contest 6-2 on the season. And that one is short. The point will go to the Knights. Benzinger, one of the big hitters for the Knights, taking over the serve. The Knights come into today's game 7-11 on the season. And they were 3-2 losers to Anne Arundel in their last game. Anne Arundel came storming back, won 3 sets in a row after the Knights won the first 2 sets. So that's what I was alluding to earlier when I said the Knights will be looking to get that poor taste out of their mouth. But that being said, the fast start, not the problem for the Knights. It's the finish. Winning 2 straight sets last week against Anne Arundel, only to find themselves losers 3-2. Sure not how they want this to go this afternoon. 3-2 is our score right now. Cougars taking over, second serve of the game. It's number 11 there with the serve for the Cougars. That's Leslie Pammer. Leslie, great effort play there to get down on the knees, make the save. And there is a communication breakdown between Bertling and Benzinger. Both of them going after it. Neither of them can get to it, though. That one's long. Got the note from the coach on the sideline. I heard that, Coach Coker. Let his players know that that one's going to be long. Benzinger was there, didn't go after it. Campbell will take over on the serve. Campbell, great effort play there. Rally will come. Benzinger is a little bit long. It was very close. Great effort there. The Cougars will get the point. And it's now tied up at 4-4 here in the first set. Campbell, maybe a little bit too much power on that play. Maybe wanted to put it up higher up into the ceiling. Instead, put it over the net, gave an easy opportunity for the Cougars to get it back over, get the point. Their first lead, 5-4 right now. Campbell, another good effort play there. It was spinning away from the body. Effort doesn't count for anything, though. 6-4 is our score, Cougars. This one to Benzinger. Maybe a little bit of a mistake there. You saw Campbell make two errors in a row. You think you want to keep going after the attack on Campbell. Instead, Benzinger was the one who found that ball on her hands. Rally followed, and the Cougars, same old, same old. Another point for them, 7-4. Starting to go on a nice little run here in the first set. Sure, the Knights had to know coming into this game that this is a high-powered Cougars team. Had to know that these kind of runs were going to come. Can't get discouraged. Bradford with the serve. Dutton checking in, seeing her first action. Bradford the serve. Here comes the rally. Man, a lot of power on that shot. Benzinger, great effort, chased that one down. Rally will continue, soft touch over, but a great effort play from Bradford. But it is out. Eight 8-5. Cougars continue this run. 1 and out on the service game there for the Knights. Bradford only got 1 attempt. And the Knights will get another one. Is that one side out? Cougars. Essex with the point. Thrapis taking over the serve. One of the other big hitters on this Knights team. Seen her at different points this season. Put together a nice little 5-point run with the service game. That time it's not going to happen. Puts it into the middle of the net. And Campbell would like to have that one back, but I'm not sure what she was going to do with that one. That came up on the arms. Would have been a tough play. Taking into consideration the angle with the power on that shot. Tough play for anyone to make. Put that in the middle of the net, the Cougars do, and Janae James. James, not really a big hitter on this team, but is a player who accumulates a lot of points for her team. More of a precision player and tremendous in front of the net, timing the jumps. And that was a great effort. Bundy and Dutton both there, but just too much power on that shot. Body language making an ugly turn here for the Knights in the early part of this first set. Bertling serving. Cougars have put 2 serves in a row right in the middle of the net. But the Knights have not been able to answer. As the Knights get the point, and the only one who was excited about it was Coach Koger, as I believe he was the only one who realized initially. The Knights, their run will continue. What a tremendous move at the net from Benzinger, and then another one from Bundy. And the first run in what has seemed like a New York minute. The Knights have tied it back up at 11. Net play, big key there. Thrapis. Bertling. Campbell's got to get over. Does. Here comes the rally. Cougars with the quick touch. Try to get the Knights out of position. Doesn't work that time, but the rally will continue. Here it comes. Cougars. Oof, great effort play from Thrapis. Another one from Benzinger. Rally continues. Best one we've seen so far. Cougars put it into the net. Give the Knights the lead. 12-11. Nice run here from the Knights. Looked like the Cougars were finding their footing offensively and in a position to maybe start running away with it in the first set, but the Knights stayed engaged, got back into it, and now they're in the lead, 12-11. Benzinger has to get it over there and does. Here comes the rally. Bertling and Bundy were both there. Neither of them could jump high enough to get to that ball as it splits the trees and finds a spot on the court where no one was. Cougars get the point, and more importantly, they'll take over the serve with a chance get back into the driver's seat here and bailout play there. Number 7, Schaefer, Kiara Schaefer, almost made a nice play at the net. Had enough time to recover, get it over to a teammate who got the side out, gave the point to the Knights. Almost an ace there for Benzinger. Great effort play from the Cougars. Believe that's number 6, Jacqueline Ryan. It was indeed. Ryan made a tremendous play on that far side of the court. Prevent the ace. Couldn't ultimately prevent the point, the Cougars could, as the score will be 14-12 here. Knights, Benzinger. Whew, a lot of power behind that. That was a kill or be killed kind of serve there. Bertling sets up Thrapis. She gets the power behind it, but here comes the rally. Schaefer. Bertling sets up Thrapis again. The rally will continue again. Another point there. That was Frederick's Emily Chomak. I don't know if she thought that was going to be a point there. Maybe she was just trying to get it over, but it's like they say in baseball, hit it where they aren't. Thrapis gets set up again. This time is the point. Got set up twice on the last rally. Couldn't get the point this time. Well, third time's the charm, as they say. Nicole Campbell takes over on the serve. Play at the net. Thrapis gets that ball that was humming in the other direction. Play at the net is too long. James, Bertling, and Bradford were there. One of them got a hand on that. Couldn't see which it was. Too long. Cougars take over. It's hot potato time right now here in the first set. Neither team with much of a firm footing in this game. Thrapis puts it over on the first touch. I'm not sure she wanted to do that, but that's what happened, and here's the rally. James in front of the net, puts it into the middle, but great diving play there by the Cougars, and another play at the net. Bradford and James time the jump just perfectly. But that would have been a tremendous play to save that one, as that had a lot of mustard on it. And it split the uprights, or the trees, excuse me. Found a spot on the court to get the point. 15-15 now. Hot potato first set continues. Bradford. And the winner there for the Cougars, James and Bradford, both there at the net. One of them got a hand on it, but it went flying over their heads as opposed to flying over the net. James, quick touch. Get that over. Almost found the Cougars out of position. Bertling sets up James. James, another quick touch. Rally continues, though. Benzinger up on the arms. Makes a nice play. Thrapis almost with the point. And a nice move at the net. Bradford and James there once again. Dutton substituting into the game there for the Knights. Good serve. Almost was an ace there for the Knights. Cougars get it over. Here come the Knights. Dutton. You could almost tell that one was going to be long as soon as it came off the hand. Just didn't sound right. 17-16 is the score. Cougars in the lead. Bradford sets up Thrapis. That one may have been long. think the Cougars would have been better off just letting that one go. Kiera Schaefer maybe gave a free point to the Knights on that one. The Knights will take it, of course. 17-all is now our score after that one. Thrapis has started to find her footing offensively here in this first set. Let's see if this continues on the serve game, and it won't. What looked like was going to be the start of a good rally ends in disappointment as the Cougars take over on the serve. That is number 14, I believe, Madison France. France with the serve. Benzinger, not sure that's what she wanted to do there, but here's the rally. Oh, great play at the net from James. Bradford sets up Benzinger, and Benzinger with the point. Big hitter there. James takes her seat, or takes her spot on the back line for the serve. Nicole Campbell had a big smile on her face coming out of the game, pleased with her and her teammates' play right now, as she should be. The Knights find themselves in a great position in the early part of this first set. Short break there for Campbell as she checks in for James after the serve. Knights found themselves out of position there. That's why the Cougars got that point. 19-18 is our score. Cougars' magic number right now is 6. That's a point. Jomack looking around in amazement after that call. 19-all once again. Bertling with the serve. Cougars get a chance to set up, but it's not a big hit. Rally will continue. Bradford gets it over. Once again, we're rallying. Oh, what a play at the net. Big hit there, Jacqueline Ryan. Ryan sets up. Got a chance to get set up, finished, and now has a chance to go on a run and finish off the first set. 20-19 is the score right now. Ryan taking over on the serve for the Cougars. That's long. Not very close either. One and done that time for the Cougars. Never want to go one and done, but headed into winning time like we're in right now, you certainly don't want to go one and done when you're sitting on 20 points. And now you'll be sitting on 20, and the other team will be sitting on 21 after the effort play doesn't count for anything other than a nice story. 21-20. Benzinger with the serve. It'll continue. Great power there. Even better accuracy, but Cougars rally to it, and we're in the middle of a rally. Bundy thought she was going to get set up. Instead, Bradford did. And the play at the net isn't a factor. Here come the Knights. And that time, they get the point. The excitement from the bench says it all. Bradford got the point. Thought that meant she was going to take over on the serve. Instead, Benzinger will continue. Magic number now for the Knights. Sitting at just 3, and it'll stay at 3. Benzinger put that one into the net, and I'm sure she'd like to have that one back. Looked like for a moment the Knights were going to start building a little bit of momentum. Here's Bertling, puts it over to Thrapis. Cougars got to get it over there. They do, but it's out now. They'll take over the serve again. Campbell. Bundy taking the break. Magic number is now at 2. What a tremendous first set this has been. Back and forth action. At one point, it did look like the Cougars were going to start to run away with things. But look at the turn of events. Since then, the Knights now 1 point away from taking the first set victory. This is set point here. Soft touch almost finds the Knights out of position. Thrapis is able to recover, and now we're in the middle of a rally. Campbell digs that one out, and point for the Cougars. Knights talking over some strategy. Watch their lead get a little smaller now. Still sitting at set point, though. And it'll end that way. First set victory there for the Knights. It'll end 25-22 in the first set. What a tremendous back and forth first set that was. It's won by the Knights. Let's see what the second set will have in store for us after this short break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here and ready to play the second set, and a second set that could play a huge role in deciding how exciting the third set is. If the Knights are victorious here in the second set, that third set would be mighty interesting. As then they would be up 2-0. They were winners in the first set, 25-23, or 25-22, excuse me. Oh, Benzinger saves that one from going. I think that one may have been a little long. Regardless, we'll never find out, as the point goes to the Cougars, and the bench for the Cougars is definitely more engaged here in the second set, getting some words of encouragement from the coaching staff. Nicole Campbell digs out the nice serve. Thrapis, whew, a lot of power on that shot. Nothing the Cougars could have done about that one. It was like a cannonball coming off of Thrapis' hands there. James with the play. And it'll continue, and the point for the Cougars. Great play at the net from both teams there. The point does go to the Cougars, though. Just got that one over the net. I thought that was going to clip the top of the net. Benzinger with a big hit, and the follow-up hit by the Cougars goes out. And, man, you see the excitement that Benzinger creates in her teammates when she has those big hits like that. James, a smile on her face afterwards, says it all. That's a my bad moment. Better be lucky than good at anything, my dad used to say. And that time the Cougars got mighty lucky that that ball found its way onto the other side. Led to a point for him. Words of encouragement from the coaching staff for the Cougars continues, as they know this second set is a pretty big one for them. They cannot afford to get down 2-0. Benzinger with a big hit again. This time the Cougars rally, and we're in the middle of the best rally we've seen here in the second set. Benzinger this time switches it up completely, goes for the soft touch. And that one is the point for the Cougars. Bertling will serve. Wet spot on the floor, as they'll take care of that. Bertling gets the serve and gets the friendly ace. That's how I'll put it. Regardless, gets this game back and tied up at 4-all. Bertling won't get the ace that time. Instead, it'll be a free point gifted to the Knights on the violation from the Cougars. Cougars coach is up off the bench and trying to figure this thing out. Honestly, I still don't understand the positions in this sport. So I'm not sure what that was, but I know they figured it out, and we're ready to play again. Tremendous move at the net from Bundy. Leads to the point. Stepping to me. That's a wrong move. So what you want, Holmes? Dope with dog food. Nice move there by Bundy. Ain't no half-stepping when you come into the net when she's there. Cougars get the point there. Long shot was wide as well. 6-5 is our score. Knights in the front. For how long? We'll find out here. Cougars taking over on the serve. Tremendous net play from both teams. Bundy and Benzinger were there. Benzinger finally got it over. But the rally continued and the point did finally go to the Cougars. Benzinger saves that one. Thrapis. Soft rally gives the Knights a chance. Benzinger, big hit. Rally will continue, though. Here's a great one. Thrapis, Bertling. Benzinger again, met at the net and rejected. Rally continues, Bundy. And we're in the middle of a tremendous rally. You hate to lose this point, and the Cougars are going to hate to lose that point. All the big hits we saw in that rally, and it was the soft touch from Bertling that got the point. And Benzinger takes over on the serve, and a chance to get some breathing room here in this second set, as this is a hot potato second set to say the least. Another free point given to the Knights because of the violation. And we finally figured out that on the court. Knights take over with the 8-6 lead. Chance to increase that a bit. They won't be able to take advantage of that point. The lead will now go down to 1. Cougars a chance to tie it up and maybe find their footing here offensively. Second set, it's looking like it's going to come down to whoever the first team is to go on a nice little run. Can the Cougars be that first team after the mistake by the Knights gives them the point? Cougars just get that one over the net. Here they come. Bradford got that one over, almost found the Cougars out of position. The Cougars almost find the Knights out of position there, though. Rally will continue. Both teams playing good recovery, but a free point there once again given to the Knights. I count now 3 free points given to the Knights. Got to make them earn it. Cole Campbell with the serve. James saves that one from going over her head. Come the Cougars. James again with the play at the net. I think she thought that one went over because she started to turn around and not realizing that the ball was still in front of her. Good play there. Bertling over to Thrappis, and woof. Point for the Cougars there. Benzinger gets that one over. Cougars in the middle of a good run here. And they'll get the point. The Knights do. Another freebie. Knights need to answer that run with a run of their own. Though that run for the Cougars wasn't much. Did tie the game back up. Bradford, Thrappis gets set up again. This time gets the points a lot different than the last time. Before she showed off the power, this time shows off the accuracy. Gets the point on both, though, 11-10. Knights back in the driver's seat. Will that continue? Oh, big time communication breakdown there between James and Campbell. I got it, I got it, I got it. Nobody's got it. Another one right there. Benzinger tries to save that, but can't. It's going to be 12-11. Now 2 straight points for the Knights. Honestly, 2 straight points for the Cougars. We're off mistakes by the Knights. Another one. Campbell thought that one was long, but that one was definitely in. That's an ace. A perfect shot. Nice little Andy Roddick impression right there. 13-11. It's an old school tennis reference. And Campbell trying to make up for the mistake she made a few moments ago, but I think that one wouldn't have been an ace. I think that one would have been long. I never want to leave it up to chance, though, so I can understand going after it. 14-11 now is the score. Nice little run put together here for the Cougars, and it'll continue as now the Knights give back one of those free points. And after a quick and painless first set where we saw really no delays in the game, can't say the same here for the second set. These two teams are having some difficulty finding their footing here. Thrappis, long hit. Great effort there from James to get that one. Or, excuse me, Ryan. Hammer. Campbell. Great effort. Won't count for anything other than a nice story. 16-11. This run continues. Jacqueline Ryan has been just absolutely tremendous with the service game. And the attitude has changed big time here for the Cougars in this second set. Thrappis got away with one there. That shot was mighty long, but free point given to them. Finally puts an end to that run, and Thrappis as to pull up the bootstraps going. A nice little run here with the service game. Get the Knights back into this second set. And I cannot do that as the rally came back, and just a tremendous play there from the Cougars. Put it where there were no Knights players, and Cougars take over possession again and a chance. Drive their lead up a little bit more. Soft touch from Benzinger at the net. A tremendous play. Fake out all the way around. Benzinger is the one you think is going to go for the big hit there. Instead, the soft touch. That's smart volleyball right there. James puts it into the net. And that was a tough one there for the Knights. Now headed into the later stages of this second set. Can't afford to have a few more mistakes like that, or you'll find yourself going into the third set at 1-1. Knights get another free point. Maybe they can take advantage of it this time around. As much as the Cougars have been in the driver's seat for the last 4 or 5 minutes of the second set, it still is only 18-14, so the Knights are still just one nice little run away from getting back into this second set. And it could come right here. They need to make a nice save. They do. And Pertling almost hit the umpire with that one. Not close. 19-14 is the score, and it's another one-and-done episode on the service game for the Knights. And it's a timeout taken by the Knights. 19-14. We'll see what the strategy is. And I think part of that strategy is just taking advantage of the opportunities as they present themselves. A lot of one-and-done service opportunities here for the Knights in the second set. And timeout. We'll take 1-2. We'll be back right after this. Two teams are back out onto the field, or excuse me, back out onto the court. All right. Apparently somebody's getting attacked by bugs on the sidelines. Benzinger gets that with the side of the fist. Almost curled that one over the post. Benzinger, another nice play. Get that one on the way down from the jump. Bundy that time with the nice play. And 3 back-to-back tremendous plays at the net for the Knights. Don't end in anything other than disappointment, as now the magic number sits at just 5 for the Cougars, as they're very close to getting back into this one and tying it up at 1 set apiece. Benzinger, big hit. But the rally continues. Here come the Cougars. Bundy with a great play at the net. Bundy set up again. This time it gets over the outstretched hands. And here comes Thrapis. Thrapis, she wanted that one back as soon as it left the hands, saying, why did I hit it that way? Benzinger, big mistake there. Second set. Starting to get ugly here for the Knights. Thrapis, tremendous move to get that, dig it out. And then tremendous move on the other side from the Cougars. A play at the net from Madison France. That one was just tremendous. And Does not look like we're going to be getting home in time to catch the start of October baseball, but we're in the middle of a nice volleyball match right now as the Cougars and Knights look like they're going to be going into the third set, tied at 1-1. The Knights got a point there, and they could go on a tremendous run here. Get back in this. This is the player you want serving for the Knights. She'll get the ace, keep the hopes alive. Magic number is at 2 right now for the Cougars in this second set, so it's going to take a tremendous effort for the Knights. Here comes Benzinger after the ace. She won't get an ace there, but she may still get a point. Here comes the rally. Thrapis gets it over. Here come the Cougars, and wow, that was power and a little bit more power just to be safe. A tremendous play from that far side of the court from the Cougars. Believe that was Ryan. Benzinger. Bundy, the mistake will be the play that ends it here in the second set. Came off the hand a little odd. Bundy wanted it back as soon as it left her hands. 25-16 is going to be the end score here in the second set. So not as close as the first set, but we'll see what comes here in the third. Now tied up at 1-1.
Sixers. Yeah, our teams. How's that? 17th, right? Huh? I think it's the 17th. 16th or 17th. How they look in preseason?
I don't know. I didn't watch. I saw this one play the other day where somebody crossed Jason Tatum up real bad.
Yeah.
It was Sam Decker.
Hey,
and the white guy who's on the Cavs.
He wasn't a starter, right? He's not a starter.
Decker? No.
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, yeah, he crossed him up pretty bad. Yeah. You know, maybe he wasn't as a game, but
the fact that went viral.
That happened.
Kobe like post a 30-point night game.
I'm not gonna get my hopes up, honestly, for the playoffs.
Right.
It'd be foolish to think that there's not going to be some kind of drop-off with the team, you know, with Hayward and Kyrie haven't played with those guys.
I just want to see how y'all gonna work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's
That's
going to
a
be some
lot.
kind of a drop off. Somebody's not going to be getting as many touches as they were last year. This is the Cavs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here and ready to play the third set. At one point, we thought this third set could be the third and final set. It's not going to be that way, though, as the Cougars were the ones who came away with the second set victory. So we walk into this third set tied up at one set apiece. And, man, Jacqueline Ryan found herself curled up on the ground like a pretzel trying to get to that Benzinger hit there. No chance to get to it. Benzinger gets the point. 1-0 is the score right now. Benzinger just barely got that one over and got the ace. Oh, wow. They all count for the same, but that one maybe could have been avoided with better communication from the Cougars players. Benzinger found herself with 2 balls, only needed 1. Got rid of the other one, got the serve up, and got a second ace. 2 aces in a row now. 3 straight points for Benzinger and the Knights. Tale of 2 sets right there. Not the way that the Knights started the second set, that's for sure. Wow. 3 straight aces for Benzinger and the Knights. 4 straight points. Another point. This will match the largest run of the game for the Knights. Thrapis, soft touch, gets it over. Well, soft touch for her. It's certainly harder than I'd be able to hit it. And Bundy and Bradford make the play at the net. And no half-stepping when you're coming to the net when Bundy is there. Benzinger puts that one into the net, and the run finally ends at 5. And the second greatest hockey player of all time said you miss 100% of the shots you don't put on net. Well, in volleyball, you miss 100% of the serves you don't get over the net. Bertling, Bradford, or excuse me, Bertling to Thrapis. Bradford made the play there, somehow got that one over. Oh, Thrapis mistimed the jump, but credit has to be given to France as well. Soft touch, got that one over the net and got the point. 5-2 is our score right now. Cougars looking to answer the run from the Knights with a run of their own, and they'll get an ace. So a 5-0 run to start the third set, for the Knights. And the Cougars turn around and answer with 3 straight points themselves. Can they get another one? Let's see. It's a great run right now. And another ace! Just got that one over. 2 straight aces, and it's now 4 straight points for the Cougars. And it ends the same way that the Knights run ends, with a Cougars player putting it into the net. The run was 5 straight points for the Knights. The run for the Cougars, 4 straight points. So the Knights still in the lead. That'll continue as Campbell got the serve over the net. Cougars answered back, but the answer was a little long. 7-4 is our score. Campbell looking to answer Benzinger's 5-0 run with a run of her own, and she'll get a free point on that one. By my count, in that second set, the Cougars gave the Knights at least 5 free points with the violations in that second set. Didn't come back to hurt them, obviously, as they were still winners in that set. But the way things are starting here in the third set, can't afford to give many free points to the Knights. Campbell. Not the strongest serve on the team, but great placement on the last 2 serves. Benzinger. The great setup there from Campbell. And the point for the Knights, another freebie from them. Cougars were in the net. No arguing that one. You could see that one from up here. 9-4 is the point. Campbell, or is the score, excuse me. Campbell taking the serve. 3 straight points for her and her team. Soft touch, answered by Thrappis and James. Ain't no half-stepping when you come to this Knights team. At the net, excuse me. The nightmare start to this third set continues for the Cougars. They have now watched the first 2 service people for the Knights accumulate 5 points each. 5 for Benzinger, 5 for Campbell. Can Campbell make it 6 here? Bertling, Thrappis, caught at the net from the Cougars, but here they come. Campbell is going to continue the rally. Thrappis gets set up again and gets the point. It's 6 straight points for Nicole Campbell. And the Knights in this tremendous start to the third set continues for the Knights. It's 12-4. I think they only got 16 points in total in that second set, and they're almost close to getting that here already. Thrappis, great effort. Benzinger, great effort herself. Nicole Campbell, can she get that over? She can't. So the run ends at 6, but what a tremendous effort there from the Knights. Even in defeat there, the effort was still on display. And a free point given to the Knights. The Cougars finally saw that run come to an end for the Knights. I'm sure they had hopes of going on a run of their own, but the mistakes piling up here. (13-5). Bradford almost got the ace there. They will get the point. Cougars player was in the net there. This is a part of the broadcast where I'd like to let you know that not only will I be calling the volleyball game, I'll also be giving updates on the Red Sox and Yankees game, as that is starting right now. 14-5 is the score as these two teams take a timeout. We'll take one, too. Knights in the middle of a great third set. Will it continue after the timeout? two teams are back out onto the court, and I got to say, I heard the Cougars coach finish the timeout with her team by saying, "Stop making stupid mistakes." I certainly would go a long way in getting her team back into the game, that's for sure. Their Cougars have given the Knights way too many free points here in this game, and it's interesting. This Cougars team came into the game with a much better record than the Knights in this game. So you think they would not be the team to make all these mistakes, but it's not the case. Thrapis with the serve. Ball almost hit the ceiling. Benzinger gets it sent right back to her. Tremendous play at the net there from the Cougars. As I was saying before, the Cougars came into this game 6-2 on the season. You compare that to the Knights, who came in to this game 7-11 on the season. So the Knights have played more games, but the record does go in favor of the Cougars. So you think the Cougars wouldn't be making all these mistakes. Speaking of mistakes, a communication breakdown leads to a mistake there for the Knights. James and Bradford both going for it. James probably should have let Bradford get to it. Instead, it's a point for the Cougars. 15-8 is our score, and it'll be 15-9 after that tremendous hit on the near side from the Cougars. I believe that one was Jacqueline Ryan. That one's out. Very, very close. Coach Coker's been 100% on his calls from the sideline on those out balls. It is a hot one here in the gym. So I just saw Nicole Campbell complaining about how hot it was as she was coming off of the court. Nice play. Thrapis. The look on her face afterwards says it all. She knows she made a mistake there, but I gotta say, it would have been a tremendous play if she would have been able to make the play. That one came on her a lot faster than she was expecting. 16-10 is the score. It's a nice run that the Cougars are in the middle of right now. If they can continue it, it'll go a long way in helping them get back into this third set. Thrapis takes a seat, and Lopez Santos checks into the game for the Knights. Seeing her first action of the contest. 16-11 is our score right now. Cougars in the middle of a nice run. Will it continue? Not sure, but I know this rally is going to continue. (16-12). This is a tremendous run for the Cougars. Seemed like they were dead in the water a few moments ago here in this third set, and they've scratched and clawed their way back into it. Strategy session was a good one. After that timeout, this Cougars team has seemed like a much better team than they did before. 16-13 is our score now. Cougars are in the middle of a tremendous run. Santos. Oh, the Cougars almost started celebrating a little bit early there as Lopez Santos was able to make the improbable save. Doesn't lead to the point, though. And the timeout taken on the other side now. Let's see if that timeout magic will work for the Knights, as it worked for the Cougars. The Cougars took a timeout, came out of it, and went on a nice little run. What? And the Knights will take a timeout. Let's see if they can go on a run themselves.
because
No, I
he's
wasn't talking about timeout.
Oh, okay.
They took a timeout a few minutes ago. Two teams are back out onto the court. Let's see if the strategy session was a good one for these two teams. Right now, the Knights on the wrong side of a bad run for the Cougars, on a good run for the Cougars, excuse me. Cougars, chance to tie this up after they found themselves down by 10 at one point here in this third set. Indeed, do tie it up. Man, it was a tremendous start to this third set for the Knights. First two players to serve for them were Ann Benzinger and Nicole Campbell. Each of them put together 5-point service runs. Campbell, a 6-point service run. They've watched that lead evaporate. And the big hit there by Benzinger finally puts an end to that run for the Cougars. They get the point, which gets them back in the driver's seat. But they have watched the momentum and feeling of this third set completely change. Coach Koger wanted the out call. He's not going to get it. That one was real close, honestly, even from this angle. I couldn't really tell, honestly. It was awfully close. Benzinger with a big hit. She wants to take over here. Coach Koger telling someone to go to the net, not sure who. He wants to see someone pick up the play here. 18-17 is the score. This third set is been a mighty good one. Neither team really able to I have no idea what's going on. Okay, well, all I know is the Cougars got a point and they're taking over on the serve, and we're all tied up at 18 now. You know, I'm a volleyball expert, that I am not, so just going to keep calling the action that's in front of me. 19-18 is the score after the Cougars take advantage of the free point. Find themselves now just 6 points away from taking over this third set. Going up 2-1, and if they win this third set, I would go as far as to say it would be kind of be a steal. So the way this third set started, it did not look like they were going to be winning this third set. It looked like the Knights were going to be running away with it. Cole Campbell takes over service. And Campbell had that one come up near her face. Nothing she could do about that one. Kill or be killed moment. 20-19 is the score. Great play at the net from the Cougars. But the point for the Knights. Nothing they could do there. Dutton set the check into the game. Bertling takes his seat. 20-20 is the score. This tremendous third set continues. Play at the net from Thrappis and James. Somehow they get that one over, but the Cougars get the point. Man, tremendous effort on display there from the Knights, but effort only counts for the story. Bradford making her case to the head ump in the chair. But given by her reaction afterwards, I don't think she got the response that she was hoping for. 21-20 is the score. Cougars are in the lead, and they're 4 points away from stealing this third set. Thrappis. Ryan got a chance to get set up, but Dutton and James with a great play at the net. Stepping to me, that's a wrong move. So what you want, Holmes? Dope or dog food? Point given to the Knights. Another free point from the Cougars. The Cougars have done a great job of limiting. They haven't eliminated them altogether, but they've done a great job of limiting those free points. They had a lot in that second set, didn't come back to hurt them that much. They knew they couldn't have that in the third set. But there was a big one, possibly the biggest of the game, as it gives the service to the Knights. And it gives them the lead as well. 22-21, magic numbers at 3. Thrappis with the serve for the Knights. Here comes Ryan. She faked out damn near everyone out there on the court. Nice play at the net. Great effort there from Pammer. Rally will continue because of it. And the effort on the other side was good, but not as good. Dutton and Bradford both diving there for the ball. Neither of them could get to it. Cougars tie it up again. Magic number is now 3 for both teams. And we saw a tremendous first set. The second set was kind of dominated by the Cougars. And this third set, much like the first, it's been tremendous. Dutton, soft touch, and wow, the look on her face afterwards says it all. She wanted that one back. Right idea, poor execution. 23-22, magic numbers now 2. That time, poor hits all around. As the magic number is now just 1 for the Cougars. They are about to steal this one. Timeout taken by the Knights. Let's see what the strategy is here. Man, the Cougars took a timeout midway through this third set, and the momentum changed drastically after that. They came in, started limiting the mistakes, better hits on the ball, better communication, and now they're just 1 point away from going up 2-1, moving into the fourth and possibly final set. Score is 24-22 right now. Hopefully for the Knights, Coach Koger had a good timeout speech there, as they need something to break and go their way. They need some momentum to switch, roll onto their side. Body language says it all there for the Knights. Look over, a lot of hands on hips. A lot of frustration. Two teams are back out onto the court. Benzinger with a big hit. And the point. Get back into this one a little bit there. Bundy back at the net. We haven't seen much of Bundy here in this third set. You know she's going to make her presence felt. She's tremendous in front of the net. Big hit. Here comes Ryan and the point. Nothing the Knights could do about that one. And they were sitting on set point, the Cougars. They got the victory. It is now 2-1. 25-23 is the end score at the end of that third set. We'll be back with the fourth set after this. Will it be the fourth and final set, or the Knights have a comeback in them? We'll find out in a moment.
And then like by the next set, they're like, I think it's going to game 5. Still 0-0. Yeah. I remember how my football coach used to say that, like when it's fourth quarter, we're getting blown out by 30 points. Like 0-0 guys, no, actually the second half, like 0-0 guys, come on, pick up the pace. I'm like, man, that never fazed me or anything. That never changed my momentum. I was like, we're getting blown out. Not that good, so I know the outcome. Played lacrosse my sophomore year, and I still lost every game by 20. 20? Yeah, we were terrible. I went to school in Virginia that year. We hadn't won a game in 18 years. He was that lacrosse team, they lost by 20. Every game. We hadn't won a game in 18 years. It's just like not even fun. Oh, yeah. Like, most of the kids quit by the end of the year. Yeah. But we were that was in Virginia, you said? Yeah. We were getting whooped on particularly bad this one game. Coach said that same thing. He's like, we attacked the second half like it's 0-0. 0-0, boys. Let's get it. The one senior on the team stands up in the back and he goes, it ain't 0-0. Yeah, I did the same thing too. It ain't 0-0. That's not 0. He said it ain't 0. 0-0, boys. Come on. We got this. Come on, flag boys.
Certainly don't envy those guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back and ready for the fourth and what could be the final set. If the Cougars come away with a fourth set victory, they'll be walking away with the victory in the match overall. The Knights were winners in the first set, been losers since then. It's a bug. Oh, man. Not going to pass any judgment. Never a dull moment at CCBC Essex. That's all I'll say. That's why you got to come out to a game here at the Coliseum, as I like to call it. Bertling serving. Ryan has just been fantastic here in this contest for the Cougars ever since that first set. Just been flying all over the court. James. Rally continues. You can tell the Cougars know that they're one set away from getting the victory there. The Knights as well, one set away from becoming losers. Both teams flying all over the court there. The effort. Oh, wow. Speaking of effort, it was on display there from both teams, Benzinger and James, with the play in front of the net, but Madison France was there, made a tremendous play. Just got that soft touch over. A little wet spot on the court. Try and clean that up. France put that one right into the middle of the net. Not a good serve there. Oh, what an effort by France. Again, to get down there on the ground. This is a point you're going to hate to lose. The Cougars give the free point to the Knights. Hot start doesn't mean anything here for this Knights team. Remember, the Knights started that third set, 5 straight points. Then added another 6 straight points after that, but yet still found themselves losers 25-23 in the set. So it's about finishing here for this Knights team. Ryan put that one into the net. That's the first mistake we've seen her make in a few tries, to say the least. Here's Benzinger. Just got that one over, and Benzinger gets another ace to her name here in this game. 5-1 is the score here. Fourth set is a big one for the Knights. Ryan saves that one, and the rally comes. Great effort there from the Cougars. Ryan, another great effort. Almost bent that one over the pole and over the net. Man, the effort does lead to the point, too, which is the important thing if you're a Cougars fan. 5-2 is the score. Can the Cougars go on a run? Oh, they put it right in the net. Bundy set the check back into the game for the Knights as Nicole Campbell takes a seat. James takes a seat on the bench, very frustrated after that. Another one-and-done serve for the Knights. 6-3 is the score in this fourth and what could be final set. Bundy with a play at the net. And the intimidation factor from Bundy closes the door. Thou shalt not pass. For you Lord of the Ring fans. Bradford. Oh, that one For a second, looked like it was going to be a little long. Campbell made the save. Right play there. Don't leave it up to chance. Another good play by Bundy. But she can't put it on the other side of the net. Instead, it shot over onto the other side of the court. Won't count for anything other than a nice story. But Bundy, fingerprints all over this game, particularly in the middle part. 7-4 is the score. Can the Cougars go on a run here? Take back momentum here in the fourth set. Fourth set that's important for both teams. The Knights know they have their backs to the wall, and they're coming out with the appropriate attitude right now. 8-4 is our score. Thrapis just found the inside part. Thrapis put that one right into the middle of the net. Bummer there. Play at the net, gets it over. Thrapis will continue the rally. And the free point given to the Knights, and France. A look of frustration on her face after that whistle was blown says it all. Man, where would the Knights be in this game if it wasn't for all the free points given to them by the Cougars? I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from the Knights' effort. They've had a great effort here in this game, but they've gotten a lot of free points from the Cougars. I mean, you saw the Cougars really clamp down and limit those mistakes in the third set. And what happened after that is they went on a 20-something run. They may win this thing in straight sets if they could eliminate the turnovers altogether. Another long mistake there made by the Cougars leads to the point for the Knights. 11-6 is our score. Bertling is serving here for the Knights. Great play there by France. That's the complete opposite of what we've seen France do all of this game leading up to that. It had been more about the soft touch and the play at the net. There, showed off the power game. Thrapis, Bertling, Benzinger. Benzinger shows she's got the power too, and Ryan just a bit outside. Man, that was close. Didn't have a good angle from here, so I was waiting for the call from the line judge. Ryan continues to fly around out there that time. Didn't get the point. This time won't get it either. Thrapis and James are there with the net. And this fourth set is a big one here for the Knights, and it's starting off just the way they want it to. In the driver's seat from the get-go. That one is long. And Jacqueline Ryan will take over the serve here. Ryan right to Benzinger, was waiting for that one. James, the soft touch, but not under control. Into the net she was. 13-9 is the score. Ryan, chance continue this run. If the Cougars could answer with a run of their own here, put together 3-4 points, And I think you'd start to see momentum switch back out onto their side. This Knights team has struggled on the ropes here in this game so far. When the Cougars have started to answer back with the power punches, that's when the wheels have started to come off the bus for them a little bit. Bundy with a great play at the net once again. Here's Ryan, and she'll get the point. Flying around for her team, getting the point, making the effort plays. Janae James has not been so great on the serve. And the soft touch. That's at least the fourth or fifth time here in this game that I can remember that the Cougars have just been able to take advantage of finding a player out of position. Elizabeth Wilson would like to have that one back. She won't get it, though, as the Knights will take over possession. 16-10 is the score right now. Knights with momentum right now, but if things continue the way they are, I don't know how much longer they're going to have momentum here in this fourth set. If they continue, if they continue to let the Cougars hang around here in this one, they're going to see momentum switch, I think. Cougars take over serve after the mistake from the Knights. Benzinger gets a chance to get set up, but she puts it right into Ryan. Rally continues. Campbell just had to get that one over, but it's a soft rally, and so it lets the Cougars set up, and they try and set up with a soft touch. Get the Knights out of position. Didn't work that time. Rally's going to continue. Bundy this time gets it over. Here's France, and again! It's the second time here in this fourth set we've seen the power on display for number 14, Madison France, the freshman out of Frederick, Maryland. 16-13 is the score, and like I said, the Knights can't allow Frederick to hang around here in this fourth set, or they're going to be the ones taking away momentum. You see it right there. They get another point, this one a freebie. 16-14 now. Knights fans were already nervous coming into this fourth set. Got to be a little more nervous after these last few minutes. Benzinger gets a chance to get set up, and that one goes off the hands of Juliana Donahue. She was shaking those hands off like they were stinging. Wouldn't be surprised if they were. A lot of power behind that Benzinger shot there. 17-14 is the score. Here come the Cougars in France. Man, she knows that this is just one, that her team is just one set away from getting the W here. She's upped her play big time here in this fourth set, and that one was a mistake that Kiara Schaefer would like to have back. Cole Campbell. Ring, ding, dong. Ring, a ding, 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 dong. Keep your heads. Bradford will stay in the game as these two teams will continue here. This fourth set, it's been an entertaining one. The Knights have been in the driver's seat for most of it, but the Cougars frustration from Leslie Pammer. $20-15 is the score right now. Usually the teams want to talk strategy. This time the refs want to talk strategy. A little break in the action. $20-15 will remain the score, and we are going to start back up here in a moment. Cole Campbell with the serve. Magic number is at 5 right now here for the Knights. It'll stay at 5. And it's another one-and-done serve there for the Knights. France. I don't know if she was just goofing in the first 3 sets, but she has picked up her play tremendously here in this fourth set. She wants to do everything she can to make sure it's the fourth and final set. Benzinger wants to do everything she can to make sure her team gets at least one more. A tremendous play there. A lot of mustard on that dog. So much power on that shot from Benzinger. Nothing the Cougars could do there. 21-16. Magic numbers now at 4. And that's out. Another one and done. One and dones are starting to come back and hurt the Knights here. Cougars are just one run away from really getting back into this fourth set, making it interesting and making it dangerous. Just remember, they're only one set away from getting the victory. Bertling, Benzinger, soft touch, gets the point. Great play there. 22-17. Magic number is now up to 3. Benzinger puts it into the middle of the net. Man, that's a mistake the Knights can't afford to make. 22-18. Once again, Jacqueline Ryan and the Cougars take over on the serve. Just one run away from making this fourth set interesting. That run will not come on the serve there as Thrappis's big hit leads to the point for the Knights. It's 23-10. The soft touch doesn't lead to anything other than a nice play at the net from the Knights. Man, the Knights haven't really looked that good since since the first set. But you see how important first set victories can be. So it just sets your team up in a good position, gives them some breathing room, and that breathing room has allowed the Knights to give them some extra time to find their footing, and here they found it here in this fourth set. They're 1 point away from forcing a fifth and final set. Thrappis will get that point, and we have got one more set of volleyball for you as the score at the end of 4 sets is 2-2. We're in for a fifth and final game. Hopefully that's not the case in the Red Sox-Yankees series.
Red Sox just scored. That's your team? Oh, you're a boss.
Give my bottle cap back. I said it was dedicated to you. Now you can have it.
I don't know why you gave it to me.
1-0.
Wow. Nice
Eddie
hands.
Martinez hit a sacrifice fly.
Yeah, my whole side Kind of thing.
So how are they meet?
My parents?
Here?
Right at CCBC Essex.
What coincidence?
Yeah. They would have never got married or anything. It was a fling. Yeah, my mom moved here like her senior year in high school and then never left.
Hey, so what's the update on the Yankees Red Sox?
1-0. JD Martinez just hit a sacrifice fly. Steve Pierce scored from third.
You know that every series, even if you count Andrew Miller, which I don't, there's a former Oriole this year.
I believe it. I believe it.
Originally the Yankees, what's that? Yeah, but they do it like in such a bad way, like they don't know about it. Like this year they knew about it in the rebuilding, okay. But like in years past, like G. Arrieta, he gave him up without knowing how good he was. Osman, you know what the Braves did with Osman? They moved him closer to the third base side on the rubber.
Bertling is serving in this fifth and final set. And it's out. Play to 15 here in this third set. But playing to 15 in this third set, so a hot start is important. Got to see what the strategy is for these two teams in this fifth and final set. It's been a tale of, set to set, really. Can't say two sets because we're now in the fifth set. Man, I got to say, where was this energy in the second and third set from the Knights? We may not be playing a fifth set if they kept up this energy from the beginning. Seems like a very much different Knights team. But you're seeing right now, hate to laugh, but that's one of those things. You're not going to see that every day. Nicole Campbell took that one off the side of the eye there. The run ends at 2 for the Knights. Cougars taking over. Bertling. Thrapis gets a chance to get set up. She's been killer with the big hits. Speaking of someone else who's been killer, that's France on the side for the Cougars. She's been huge. And another long hit. That's now 2 points here for the Knights that have been given to them on side outs by the Cougars. And here is a huge opportunity here for the Knights. Ann Benzinger taking over on the serve. And a one-and-done serve there for Benzinger and the Knights. A surprising turn of events. 3-2 in favor of the Knights. Can the Cougars tie things up? Benzinger just barely gets that one over. France with a great play at the net, but a better play by Thrapis. Tremendous play at the net from Thrapis. Stepping to me, that's the wrong move. So what you want, Holmes? Dope with dog food. Emily Dutton. Chance to make up for some mistakes earlier here in this game. Not going to get it there. 4-3 will now be the score. Holds the two fingers up as to say, I was that close. Great serve there. Caught Benzinger by surprise. And the point issued to the Cougars ties it up at 4-all. Thrapis. Big hit, but it's dug out. Here's a chance. Ryan gets it over, but puts it right into Benzinger's hands. That's Bradford. And Bundy and Bradford there at the net. One of them got a hand on it. Rally continues. And Jacqueline Ryan, I think, just mistimed the jump there. She went up there on an odd angle, kind of an odd angle. You could tell right away it wasn't a good hit. And you could tell right away that one wasn't a good hit either. Bradford would like to have that one back. Sabrina Bradford, the sophomore out of Hampstead, Maryland, puts it into the net. 5-5 is the score. Here comes France. Bradford sets up Thrapis on the far side. Not Thrapis' best effort there, but the rally will continue. Ryan over the head. Bradford sets up Thrapis again. This time the effort's better, but the rally continues regardless. Ryan, a great effort and the point. Haskins was there, but no one could get it for the Knights. Bradford chases that one down. It was a little short. Ryan making up for the mistake just a moment ago. Benzinger, great effort, but it won't count for anything. Janae James set the check back into the game. Bundy takes a seat. Interesting change here. 7-5 is the score. Fifth and final set here. Every point is must win. France puts it into the middle of the net. And the point is given to Campbell. Thrapis will serve. 7-6. Ever they needed Thrapis to pull up the straps and go on a run. It's right now. James, great play. Get that over. Here's Ryan again, and another answer with the big hit. Ryan made a mistake in the early part of this fifth set, and she's been able to answer back after that with 3 huge points. And those 3 huge points gone a long way in putting her team up 8-6 in the fifth and final set. What a tremendous evening of volleyball we've been witnessing right now. Are we in store for a classic finish? We'll find out in a moment. Update for everybody at home. The Red Sox are now up 3-0 on the Yankees. Oh, what a play there from the Cougars at the net. Number 12, Elizabeth Wilson. Not a name I've said very much here in this game, but she saved her best for last in this fifth and final set. Made a tremendous play there. Got her team the point, 9-6. And the body language, doctors, got to say, body language for the Knights, not looking good. 9-6 is the score. Quick timeout taken by the Knights. We'll be back after this. Jacqueline Ryan is serving here for the Cougars, and this is exactly who you want serving if you're a Cougars player, coach, or fan. Ryan has been tremendous since the start of this fifth and final set. She made one mistake and has answered back with 3 tremendous plays after that. Ryan has been tremendous all game long, actually, excuse me. She's just upped her play a little bit here in this fifth and final set. The dive attempt for Bradford would have had to been a miracle. No miracles right now. 10-6 is the score. Magic numbers now at just 5 for the Cougars. Cougars lost the first set, won the second and third, lost the fourth, and have now stormed back here in the fifth to take a commanding lead. Wilson, another play after being silent for the first 4 sets. Elizabeth Wilson, the freshman out of Jefferson, Maryland, has come up big here in the fifth and final set. Magic number at just 4 for the Cougars. Jacqueline Ryan will not get the point there as the Knights take over the serve. Janae James, chance to make up for some mistakes here, and this is not the game that James will be telling home about right now. James, not the best effort, but a chance to make up for it now with a tremendous run on the service game. 11-8 is the score after the freebie given to the Knights. Knights need everything to break their way from here on out pretty much. France gets set up on the outside. And the overhead attempt doesn't work that time, as Lobo Santos was the first one to hit it. Haskins had to go overhead. Couldn't do it. Magic numbers now sitting at 3. And Elizabeth Wilson takes over the serve. Wilson, chance to continue to play hero in this fifth set. Won't do it there. Great play by Benzinger. Knights.
It should be inside the clipboard. Oh, it's perfect. Oh, I'm just saying where it was. Oh, okay.
12-9. Bertling taking over the serve. Oh, wow! The Cougars again with that cherry pick move that's worked all game long. Leslie Pammer, sophomore out of Ohio. A chance to play the hero again. Bertling, Benzinger with the punch that time. Ryan, wow! It's set and match point. Nothing the Knights could do there. Timeout taken. Or excuse me, no timeout taken. Frustration on Lobo Santos' face says it all. Pammer, chance to finish it off here. Set and match point. France, soft touch over. Bertling gets it over. There's Dutton. And the point goes to the Cougars, and it ends in undramatic fashion. 15-9 is the final score in the fifth set, and the final score in the game is 3-2. So the final score in this one, 3-2 in favor of the Frederick Cougars. We'll be back on Thursday with more CCBC Essex Athletics action. In case I don't see you till then, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.